Hey everyone, this is my collection of snakes. For the most part, there's a lot of people, if you grew up in the 80s, you saw one of these types of snakes, where you could bend it and turn it into a little ball. Well, since then there have been a lot of different variations in sizes and colors. Now you can get orange or green and lots of different lengths. Even different shapes. This one isn't the typical squarish shape. This is a lot more rounded. As well as some variations as well. Let's spread it all out and see what's in here. Here are the snakes all spread out on the table. I'm going to zoom in because I have post-it stickers on each of the sets showing how many pieces are in each snake. Because there's a lot of different sizes and it's not really apparent from just looking at them how many pieces there are. I'm going to start with the bottom left. This one has 24 pieces, and actually this is the normal size for a snake. If you ever saw a snake from the 80s, that's how many pieces were in it, 24 pieces. Although obviously you can make the pieces different sizes themselves. Here are 27-piece snakes. If you want to make a 3x3 cube out of snakes, then you'd have a 27-piece snake. And beyond it, here's a 64-piece snake, which is a 4x4 altogether. Above it, I have 72-piece snakes. And up here, these pieces have 96 pieces. Up here, 194 pieces. Here's 48 pieces. This one's the big one, 240-piece snakes. Over here, 120 pieces. And 144 pieces. These two pieces on the right are 36 pieces. And this is another set of 24 pieces, but a different shape for the snake pieces. Here's 84 pieces. Over here, 108 pieces. And in the far right, here are 60 pieces. I'm going to remount the camera, and then we can look at some of these pieces a little more closely. Here we are with a closer look, and I'm going to start with the Rubik snake in the front. This one is 24 pieces. This is an actual Rubik snake. It's gotten renamed recently to a Rubik's twist, but the movement is the same idea. Any place where there's a line, you can bend the snake or the twist and make pretty much any shape you can think of. There's different sizes of that. Here's a mini version in blue and white. This is actually the original color that I remember from a Rubik's snake. It used to be blue and white. A much more interesting variation on this one is the Hungarian Palatoys version of a snake. Pieces are much, much bigger. Although it does have the same number. It's still 24 pieces. A new development that's come up is a 24-piece snake with a different shape to it. This one's a red and white one, but instead of having a trapezoid type shape, it has a cylindrical type shape. And it's also much lighter. It feels like the pieces are hollow inside. These cylindrical pieces, it looks much more like a snake than actually the original snake looked like. This one also comes in blue. And there's actually a couple of different colors for this one. I'm pretty sure there's a black and white one as well. Slightly larger are the 27 pieces over here. Here the object of this snake, well, first of all, the snake pieces are shaped like cubes instead of like cylinders or like trapezoids. And there's two colors to them, green and uncolored. This one's a wooden one. And the object is to get it so that the green pieces are all either in the corners or the center, and the wooden pieces are at the edges. And this one's a plastic version of the same thing, black and white, but the idea is the same. Here's another 27-piece puzzle. This one's actually called a Kibble Cube, and it's slightly different because there are rubber bands in between these pieces, and these grooves show where the pieces can go. So I can also rotate the pieces as well, as you can see. Rotate the different colors, and also it can bend. So this bends upward, and I can change the colors as well. And the object is much the same as the other cube that I showed earlier, the 3x3 cube, where you're trying to get a cube of 3x3 size where each side is the same color. This one's a little bit more difficult because there are more colors to choose from. And then over here, here's the same idea as the black and white 3x3 as I showed before, except now it's a 4x4 cube. This one has 64 pieces to it. Something that's happened recently is that there's a lot of different sizes for the original Rubik's Twist or Rubik's Snake that have gotten released. This one is a 36-piece sized one. And a 48-piece one. I have this one in green and blue. There's a 60-piece one. And back here I have one in blue and green. This one you can shape like a hammer. I have a 72-piece one. I have this one in blue and red. I have an 84-piece one. I have this in green and pink. A 96-piece one. I have in 3 different colors: pink, blue, and red. I have a 108-piece one. I have this in pink and blue. A 120-piece one. I have this in green and blue. This one you can also spread out as a big box like this. And it's also 120 pieces. 144 pieces over here. I have it in orange and green. $194 pieces in the back. I have this one in orange and blue. And then finally, I have 240-piece ones in blue and green. 240 pieces. This is really like taking 10 of those original 24-piece snakes and putting them into one big snake. And this is my collection of snakes.